News, my lovely, wonderful people. In fact, this Tinubu's case has become, a lot of persons cannot believe what really happened. What happened that, a Supreme Court of Nigeria came up and, with all that has happened, they disregarded every single person. Guess what the retired Chief Justice of Nigeria has said? The retired Chief Justice, Supreme Court panel, which headed, has spoken up. And what he has said now is causing a lot of concerns. The retired Chief Justice said the Supreme Court panel, which heard Atiku Obi appeal against Tinubu, was not well constituted. That is Justice Musa Mohammed. It's not my words. He said that the Supreme Court, the people were not well constituted. We began to wonder, but you were part of you retired the last week Monday, yes. We saw that yeah, you were retiring. You guys most of you are aware of some of the things that have happened, but nobody really said anything. Again, I don't know if it is his place to speak because Justice Olukayode, the CJN, is the one who constituted the group, the justice that sat to listen to all these cases. So when you look at it, you are wondering to yourself, really and sincerely, truly speaking, if there is any other thing that could have been done. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. The Supreme Court panel, which heard Atiku Obi appeal against Tinubu, was not well constituted, retired Justice Musa Mohammed revealed. The retiring Justice Musa Mohammed said the office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Olukayode Arowolo, has engulfed power, and such power must be reduced to prevent abuse of office. We saw how this man has become so powerful. The judiciary have nothing to say. He becomes the supreme authority. That is not what law is all about. We are guarded by what the Constitution says. But when a man is a sole figure who picks what and decide what happens, then this is what follows. Retiring Justice of the Supreme Court Musa Mohammed has said that the 7-man panel that dismissed all the appeals that sought to remove President Tinubu from the office of president was not well constituted, as it did not have members from all the geopolitical zone of the country represented, so that it is a fair hearing and everybody could speak based on what they know and how they could relate on the matter. The retired justice also said that the office of the CJN, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Arowolo, that office must be greatly looked upon because the man has engulfed so much power. He has become a lord in that regard. The Supreme Court panel on Thursday has dismissed appeal of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and that of Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and affirm the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Nigeria's president in a mix of controversies surrounding Nigeria today as a result of the actions of the president. Meanwhile, Justice Mohammed, who spent 47 years in the active judiciary service, bar out of the Apex Court on Friday, having docked 70 years mandatory retirement age. He used the opportunity for a valedictory session, which was organized in his honor by the Supreme Court, to address what he observed as rots in the judiciary that has continued to affect the justice delivery of the system. He said Nigerians hardly have any form of trust in the justice system. We must rebuild the trust of the people. Through the years, I rose to become the second most senior justice of Nigeria, Apex Court, and deputy chairman of the National Judiciary Council. Considering the number of years I spent in judiciary service and the position I have attained by the grace of God Almighty, I feel obligated to continue the struggle for reforms and a better judiciary, and will be learning on the early submission of those who has who had exited before me. Justice Muhammad stated that before he descended to the CJN, he maintained that the judiciary and as present structure gave so much power to the CJN, who he said usually takes decision without consulting anyone or the justices. He does things by himself. He has become a lord. This has now become a rot in the system because the executive can easily use him and manipulate him against Nigeria. It ought not to be so. We have to be adequately sure of the decisions we are making, as this affect not just one person but the whole of Nigeria, and Nigerians are aware of how things are. Trust on the judiciary has totally dwindled, but we must restore this by taking on the right approach. So that's one of the justices who have now retired, haven't concluded and served the mandatory years required. Is 70 years of age, and he says from where he sits and where he can observe, he sees, he didn't talk with all his mouth, but like the English adage goes, a word is enough for the wise. He said from what he can observe with all that has happened, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode, has been given too much power. Not him particularly, the office of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He said that the danger there is that the judiciary, the executive can manipulate him, as he now even take decision without consulting a single person. That has become the serious, most dangerous posture and position that so this is the position of how things are, and everybody needs to understand it. The man says from where he sits looking at things, he does not think the right decisions has been made so far. Yeah, he has been in the service for over 40 something years. And with everything he can say, things are not the way they should be. And to be quite honest and sincere, if we want a change in what is happening right now, every single person will have to, begin to look at a reevaluation of our value system. Where the executive is controlling the judiciary, of course, there's bound to be problem because the executive wants to stay as the shining light. And so you want to be the one in charge. Every other person has to come behind. It ought not to be so. It ought not to be so. So every one of us will have to arise and do everything that is needed to change the course of action and bring us to where we need to be. As a nation, as a people, this is that day, this is that time. Every one of us must ensure we do everything that is right. Yes, please don't forget, you are important, and we must all work together to change the course of what is going on today. A lot has happened already. So please leave us a comment. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.